You are surrounded by billions of signals, yet you have never felt more alone. The blue light of your screen is a cold sun that illuminates your face but leaves your soul in total darkness. You are drowning in a sea of faces you will never truly know. You scroll through the highlights of other people's lives to avoid the hollow ache in your own chest. This is digital loneliness, a modern labyrinth where every notification is an echo of a connection that doesn't exist. You are searching for a home in a graveyard of pixels. Al-Ghazali teaches us that the heart is a kingdom, but you have let the noise of the world invade your throne room. You are terrified of being alone because you have forgotten how to be with the one who made you. Your solitude has become a prison. But what if the ache of loneliness is not a curse, but a call? A divine invitation to leave the Masiva, everything other than God, and enter the Halvet, the sacred solitude where the soul finally finds its true reflection in the mirror of the divine presence. Loneliness is a hunger for a world that cannot satisfy you. Solitude is the realization that you are already full. The transition begins when you realize that the silence is not empty, but full of the one who is closer to you than your very breath. You seek validation from strangers to heal a wound that only the Creator can touch. Your phone is a mirror of your shadows, but prayer is a window to the eternal. Close the mirror and look through the window. Experience the alchemy of the heart. Every time you feel the urge to check the screen, you are running away from the majesty of the present moment. You are afraid of the quiet because the quiet demands honesty. It demands you to look at the rust on the mirror of your soul. The digital Nafs feeds on the chaos of the crowd. It thrives on the loud loneliness of social media, but the Qalb thrives in the quiet solitude of the night. Reclaim your night. Reclaim the hours where the world sleeps and only the beloved is awake. You think you are losing time when you are still, but you are gaining eternity. In the Alchemy of Solitude, the leaden, heavy thoughts of overthinking are transformed into the gold of Marifa, the deep, intimate knowledge of the divine presence that sustains all life. Stop trying to be known by a world that is already dying. Seek to be known by the one who never dies. Your loneliness is the gate. Your breath is the path. Your heart is the destination. Return to the silence of the sanctuary. The screen promises you the world, but steals your soul. It gives you 1,000 friends, but not a single companion. True companionship is found in the Uzlet, the intentional distance from the noise so you can hear the whisper of the angels. You are terrified of your own nothingness, but in the eyes of God, your nothingness is the vessel for His everything. Let the loneliness empty you out. Let it break the clay of your ego so the light can fill the cracks. We seek distractions because we are afraid of the judgment of our own hearts. But the afterglow of the night of power is a shield of mercy. You are forgiven, you are seen, and you are deeply loved by the one who knows. Solitude is not loneliness. It is the presence of God in the space that the world used to occupy. When you stop begging for attention, you finally find the gaze that has never left you. You are held in love. The digital world is a mirage that leaves you more thirsty. The internal sanctuary is a spring that never runs dry. Stop chasing the sand and start digging the well of your own heart. Find the water of life. You feel the pressure to be someone, but in the silence of the Halvet, you find the grace of being no one. The smaller you become, the more the divine presence expands within you. Let yourself fade, let Him grow. Your overthinking is the chatter of the ego trying to survive the silence. It builds elaborate labyrinths of what if to keep you from the now. Silence the chatter with the sword of Hamd. the radical gratitude for the present. We are so afraid of being forgotten, but the sir or secret is that we are remembered by the eternal. Every silent tear shed in the dark of night is a letter addressed to the throne of mercy. You are heard. The digital loneliness is a famine of the spirit. The Halvet is the banquet of the heart. You were invited to the table of the king, but you are still playing with the dust outside. Wash your hands. Enter. Stop managing your reputation and start managing your soul. The alchemy of loneliness turns the lead of your isolation into the gold of intimacy with God. This is the only change that matters in 2026. The world wants you to be a consumer. God wants you to be a companion. Loneliness is the price of consumption. Solitude is the reward of companionship with the divine. Choose the reward. Choose the silence that heals. You feel like you are falling into a void, but you are falling into the arms of mercy. The vacuum of loneliness is necessary so that you can be filled with the breath of Sakina. Let the world drop away. Every notification is a sabotage of your presence. Every scroll is a theft of your eternity. Reclaim the sanctuary of the now. Be present with the one who is present with you, even in the dark. The Uzlet is the architecture of the heart. It is the fortress you build to protect the light of the night of power from the storms of the digital world. Stay within the walls of silence. You are terrified that the architecture of silence you built will crumble under the weight of an email or a post. But the foundation of the Halvet is built on the unseen king. It cannot fall. Acceptance is to be empty, so you can be filled with the decree of the Most High. The alchemy of loneliness is the peace of one who has stopped trying to grab the pen and has trusted the weaver. You are like a seed that must stay in the dark soil before it can become a giant oak. Do not fear the darkness of your isolation. It is the womb of your greatness where your spirit grows. The Sur is a hidden garden that only grows when you stop seeking the approval of a dying world. Your solitude is the wall that protects the flowers. Keep the gate locked from the outside noise. Trust the plot of the unseen. Even the silence is a sentence in the story of your return to the beloved. Every trial is a polishing of the mirror so it can reflect his holy glory. You were made for the vast, silent horizons of eternity. Carry the night of power in your chest and walk through the digital noise like a stranger who knows exactly where home is. Stay focused. The ego is a master of disguise, pretending to seek connection while only seeking itself in the mirrors of others. Break the mirrors. Silence the ego. Find the pulse of the heart that whispers. Sincerity is to perform for an audience of one. You sabotage your soul when you perform for a world that is already turning to dust. Carry the silence into the office. Be the sanctuary. The alchemy of loneliness turns the not enough into divine sufficiency. You are not a victim of your isolation, but a recipient of a gift that the world can never understand. Stay hungry for Him. Silence your tongue so the heart may speak, and silence the heart so the beloved may reveal the secret hidden in your overthinking mind for decades. The loop of the digital Nafs ends here. Laylat al-Qadr is the alchemy of time, where a single heartbeat can change your entire forever. Carry this urgency into your solitude. Every moment is a chance to be written among the beloved. Every desire is a seed watered by anxiety. You are a gardener of thorns, wondering why your heart is bleeding. Uproot the craving for more, and plant the seeds of radical gratitude for the solitude. The architecture of silence is the only structure that can withstand the earthquake of the world. It is built on the foundation of faqr, the spiritual poverty that makes you a king. Stay empty. Breathe in the truth of your neediness. It is the only richness that never fades in the furnace of trials. Let the world fall away until only the divine pulse remains in your chest. Remember that the alchemy is complete when the heart finally whispers, "I am nothing, and you are everything." The peace you sought is finally yours. You have survived the storm of the digital Nafs. You are surrounded by billions of signals, yet you have never felt more alone. The blue light of your screen is a cold sun that illuminates your face, but leaves your soul.